My experience with IPV has been very outstanding when it comes to not only curating and identifying startups which could be considered for investments, but also tracking the progress of the startups through their journey. Let me first start with the curation process. I think the kind of deals that IPV has been able to bring for folks like me to consider has been outstanding. And I remember a couple of years back, every Saturday, I would spend 2 to 3 hours not looking at and hearing all the calls that IPV would arrange, not only introducing the company, but also post the diligence. And I think the beauty that I liked about this whole process was the professionalism with which IPV did the diligence, the way they presented the business case, the way the vectors in which each startup was analyzed, the overall score, and then obviously the rush for people to sign up and commit their investments. So that was absolutely outstanding and professional. I think the second part of the journey was in updating progress. And I think the way the whole ecosystem has evolved in IPV, initially maybe the reviews were not as structured as they are. And now we have a regular cadence of regular updates from each of these startups. Update calls get scheduled. And if you're not able to attend the calls, then recordings are made available. So for folks who may be slightly busy, I think it's a great advantage. You can track your investments all through the journey. And coming to the end, which is the exit from startups, that I think is handled as professionally as the investment in the startup is. So again, the way IPV has brought technology to the fore, not only to democratize this whole process of investing in startups, the ticket sizes, everything is a big positive and a plus from my side. I think when we look at the returns that we get from startups, we will have to consider that all startups will not become multi-baggers. Startups will have some which will give you return on capital and some which may not give you. And I think my perspective is that we should look at investing in a basket of startups rather than only one or two. And when you do that basket approach, you will find that the returns on startups should significantly be higher than what you may get from public market investments. If you're looking at maybe mid-teens return from public market investments, one should certainly aspire to go get anything 1.5 times that. So any return which is in the high teens, low 20% is a good return in my view, given the risk that is associated with investing in startups. And my returns have been in the same order. 100%. I think there are many of my friends who have asked me, how do I invest in startups? And to all of them, my advice has been that consider IPV, because of the fact that IPV has really democratized investment in startups. Initially, of course, it was all individual investments. Now you have the AIF route. So I think the whole process is very professional, and I have absolutely no hesitation in telling all my friends that if they are considering investing in startups, IPV is the route to approach. Again, the overall experience was 10 on 10. It was 10 on 10 because of the way it was handled. The requirements were very clear. The time within which the whole transaction got closed, from the time the exit getting announced to the time the money got credited, was very short. And last but not the least, the returns were outstanding. This was one of my early investments through IPV, and I was quite delighted at the multiple at which I was able to exit. And I hope most of my portfolios end up the way Fasher ended.